Welcome back to the DCEU Daily Extra. I saw an excerpt of the interview between Boba Talks and James Gunn, and there's a very brief moment where James Gunn concedes he may not be the man to take his DCU arc forward. Take a listen to this.
Absolutely. So one thing I've been really curious about is you've referenced things like Peacemaker Season 2 and Lanterns setting up different threads and arcs. How far do these arcs go? Like, do they culminate in Man of Tomorrow, or can we expect them to go further than that?
Yes, they definitely go significantly further than Man of Tomorrow.
Okay.
So now whether or not that'll be me that's able to fulfill that promise depends on a lot of things in life. But yeah,
absolutely.
So yes, very interesting. James Gunn concedes whether or not he's able to fulfill what he's setting up in Man of Tomorrow and beyond. Now, when he says it goes further than Man of Tomorrow, he's talking about a longer future. So what he could be saying here is, well, in a few years' time, I may not be able to fulfill what I'm setting up. Or what he could mean is, it's a bit of a mess at WB right now. It's being sold, and I don't even know if I'm going to be in a job. I don't understand the mentality of putting these interviews out on the day, on the morning that Warner Brothers Discovery announced that the company is being sold. Is he being desperate? Is he trying to keep hold of his position? It absolutely certainly looks like that. But listen, the DCU is finished. I know that. You know that. The studio know that. And if James Gunn doesn't know that, then he's utterly deluded. He hasn't given the studio anything of value from his DCU. It hasn't worked. His Superman movie borrows from what Zack Snyder did. People hate Superman in the movie once they hear what his father and mother wanted for him, right? It's a different way of doing the same thing that Zack Snyder was doing in Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. There's nothing original. He didn't have an idea or a clue how to make a Superman movie, so he borrows from other people. It's not original, it's a mess. Half an hour was cut from the movie. Who knows what that half an hour was? It's clear the studio weren't happy with the assembly cut that he showed them. The whole situation's a mess. Superman didn't make a profit at all. Creature Commandos was barely viewed by people, and Peacemaker 2's ratings and audience kind of was reduced after the first episode. So there's no future here. There's no excitement. These are not cultural milestone moments in comic book movies or television. Because what James Gunn was doing on the orders of David Zaslav was to make soulless content. And this is what happens. When you make soulless content, nobody's going to give a shit about that soulless content. This is where we are in the entertainment industry today. So it's finished. It's over. If he is being removed, no one's going to continue what he's doing. The things he's setting up will be thrown in the garbage, thrown in the bin. It's not going to work out for him. But a very interesting concession there by James Gunn. It depends in life. It depends what happens. He knows. He damn well knows that he's finished, that he's in trouble here. On a human level, I sympathize with him because he hasn't been successful here from the beginning. People talk about the DCEU, but the DCEU produced a film like Man of Steel, a cultural touchstone moment. Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, a cultural milestone moment. People are still talking about those films today. The same with the Snyder Cut. no one's talking about what Gunn's put out there for DC Studios as cultural milestones because they're empty, soulless pieces of content. And this is what happens. Rushed out, no time taken, no thought put behind it, and it is done. It's as simple as that. The DCU cannot go forward. A competent studio would tell him now, would retire what he's doing now and just stop it. But they're worried about the value of the studio and how much it's going to be sold for. So they're worried if they cancel things publicly now that may reduce the offers that they get for Warner Brothers Discovery. I would say cancelling the DCU officially now could put the value of Warner Brothers Discovery up rather than down.